Thank you very much, Mr. Deputy President. Please, let's take our seats. Kwa nyinyi nyote mliofika hapa siku ya leo, karibuni. Distinguished guests, fellow citizens, I have never looked forward to a new year the way I look forward to 2026. I do not say this lightly. I say it from the place of conviction, born of what we have achieved together, the foundations we have laid, and the certainty that those foundations now allow us finally to reach for our highest ideals as a nation. This has been a year that tested our resolve and our collective purpose, a year that demanded sacrifice and called for unity. As president, I am proud to say that together we rose to the occasion. When I addressed the nation at a time like this last year, I outlined the decisive measures we had taken in 2023 and 2024, not only to stabilize our economy, but also to begin turning it around. I said then that 2025 would be the year when we would start earning the dividends of the hard work we had undertaken together since 2023. And indeed, looking back, this has been the year in which our deliberate choices, sometimes difficult and often demanding, began to pay off. For the first time in a long while, Kenya is not guessing. We are not drifting. We are not gambling. We have set our targets. We have begun the journey. And we now have a clear roadmap to make 2026 a defining year in Kenya's history. Tonight, fellow citizens, this is not just a customary New Year address. It is a moment that calls on all of us to seize the opportunity before us, to walk together as one people, and to complete a journey that has been delayed for far too long. 2026 will be a watershed year in the story of our republic, a turning point in our march from promise to prosperity, a year that future generations will look back on and say, that is when Kenya changed course. We can speak of this moment with confidence because we are not starting from nothing. We are building on a solid foundation already laid. Step by step, we confronted difficulties, carved out opportunities, and laid a strong and formidable base for the future of our country. But the story of 2025 is not merely about numbers and statistics. It is about people, the hustlers, the mama mbogas, the border riders, the farmers, the traders, the entrepreneurs, and the workers whose toil, patience, and sacrifice have begun to yield tangible results. It is the story of ordinary citizens whose lives have quietly changed in very extraordinary ways. Kenyans like Mama Cherusha Mudhoni, whose dream of owning a decent home finally came true. For years, her family lived in a single crowded room, exposed to rain and cold, in dignity and fear, never knowing what tomorrow might bring. In 2025, that chapter of uncertainty ended. She moved into a modern, affordable home with clean water, electricity, a proper toilet, and cooking gas. For the first time, her children have space to study and play. Dignity replaced survival. The foundations we have laid have also enabled millions to access quality health services under our universal health care program. Today, more than 29 million Kenyans are registered under Social Health Authority. Across the country, stories of care, relief, dignity, and support are being told quietly and powerfully by ordinary citizens whose lives have been transformed. Stories like that of Naomi Mutendwa Kilunda, a single mother of 6, who watched her 17-year-old daughter, Lydia, struggle daily with a severe and abnormal breast overgrowth that caused pain, limited mobility, and emotional distress. After learning about the SHA program through her local assistant chief, Naomi enrolled and registered her children as dependents. Lydia was treated at Kenyatta National Hospital, where SHA fully covered the cost of a specialized corrective surgery amounting to Kenya shillings 168,000, as well as all post-operative follow-ups. No out-of-pocket payments was required. Lydia has since recovered well, regained her confidence and dignity, and is preparing to resume her education in this new year as she joins Form 4. Let me tell you another story. In Kisumu, Christina Wino Onyango, a 41-year-old widow, mother of 5, and a mama mboga, faced a life-threatening diagnosis of stage 2 esophageal cancer. As a registered SHA member contributing 7,000 annually, Christine received comprehensive treatment at Jaramogi Oginga Odinga and Teaching and Referral Hospital. SHA covered medical costs exceeding 250,000, including diagnostic tests, specialized surgery, 5 days of intensive care, and inpatient and post-operative management. Her chemotherapy, scheduled to begin on January 15, will also be fully covered. These are not isolated stories. They reflect the experiences millions of other Kenyans have benefited from the outcome of deliberate policy choices. Ladies and gentlemen, for too long, farming was a gamble rather than an investment. Farmers planted and prayed, never certain whether the harvest would even cover their initial costs. That story has changed. With affordable fertilizer, certified seed, and the blessing of rains, yields have improved significantly. Food production rose significantly. Maize harvests are on course to reach the highest in the history of Kenya. Tea earnings surged. Coffee prices nearly doubled. Sugar production grew as imports fell. Livestock, dairy, leather, and meat exports expanded steadily. We expanded education opportunity through reformed merit-based systems. And we helped nearly 1 million Kenyans access jobs through housing, labor mobility, and the digital economy, with many more opportunities coming in 2026, going into the future. But even as we acknowledge this progress, 2025 was not defined by success alone. It was also a challenging year, one that tested our unity and reminded us of the responsibility guarantees every Kenyan the right to express themselves, participate freely in our democracy. But it also imposes responsibilities on citizens and leaders alike to uphold the rule of law, protect life and property, and safeguard peace and stability. And responsibilities